like a fruity note at the end.
Yeah. Fruity note at the end. It's thick, but it's fruity at the end.
A fruity note.
Yeah, it has the fruitiness at the end. So that's what we're looking at. And of course, we're starting up here live on Facebook. This is our pregame episode. Of course, every time before we go on, Facebook Live, we like to do our little pregame right here for everybody on Facebook Live. So yeah, and of course, another snowy night here in Maryland. So,
yeah, man.
Of course, Matt joining me via
Fruity at the end.
yeah, via computer. And Tom Nutty's not here this week
At the end.
because he's at a comedy show, and actually the comedy show got canceled. So he said that he was going to run music. So I don't know if he drove all the way out there to run music or what, but I have no idea. And also Bryan Preston, who's also associated with our friends. He's a part of the Laugh Finder podcast with Eric Woodworth, Tommy Sambazo, and Ashley Pontius. He'll be joining us shortly also. And tonight we were supposed to have Rebecca Vocal Athlete as our guest, but what happened is our times got messed up. I told her 8 p.m. Eastern, and she's in the UK, so they're 5 hours ahead of us. So right now it's like almost 1 a.m. there, and I was just kind of like, to be fair, I told you 8 p.m. Eastern, and we promoted it, and she liked it and shared it with that time on the flyer. So I don't know. I messaged her and asked her if she wanted to reschedule, and I didn't hear anything back. So I don't know if she's mad about it or not, but shit happens, it is what it is.
It would be for her, really, like her convenience.
Yeah.
2 a.m. If you want to do a live stream 2 a.m, that's up to you.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Personally, I wouldn't care if she wanted to do that. I wouldn't care if any of our guests wanted to do that.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not doing it 2 a.m.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I was like, hey, do you want to do like maybe tomorrow or Sunday at 12 o'clock our time, which would be like 5 o'clock her time, or, something like that. When we had Doug Bradley on, it was the same thing. Remember, we were like, man,
I do. Yeah.
A little bit late. And that's why, because it was 5 hours ahead, but Doug Bradley still came through.
Yeah. He was sport about it. He's like, he's pretty, I don't want to say reclusive, but, a guy of his stature, he's pinhead, so he's probably up all night anyway.
Yeah. So, and there's Bryan Preston coming in now, and Blood said his power's out, so he's going to go start a fire and get a beer. So shout out to Blood. Blood's in the chat room. So I wonder why Blood in the chat room. Let us know why your power's out. I know it's not snowing over there in South Carolina. So
it might be. I think South Carolina's getting hit. All the East Coast getting hit, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. See, we've gotten mixed reviews of what it's going to be here in Maryland. Like I heard it was going to be bad, but I also heard Eastern Shore was going to be bad. I heard
Eastern Shore is going to have over a foot.
Really? Wow.
We're only supposed to get maybe like 3 inches, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see what's up. Hopefully we can still do the roundtable thing tomorrow. And there's Bryan Preston. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Of course, Bryan Preston from the Laugh Finder podcast. He's also a local comedian himself. And Bryan, you just released a book.
So, I certainly did.
What's up with Great Days? I saw Tommy Sambazo earlier in Vegas. He said he read through it real quick. Tell us about Great Days.
Pretty much, it is a collection of 6 short stories. Some of them Baltimore centric. It's sort of like they're humorous, about different sort of things. It's a collection of short stories. Yeah, about like pretty much like different genres, shit like that. I got one about superheroes that aren't quite what they seem. You got one set in like a dystopia, like just a jokey sort of dystopian horrible future that's ruled over by like just a comment section come to life, shit like that,
Oh, wow.
You got stuff about like just going through different dimensions. You got a fun little murder mystery that also involves disc golf, and you got like one with ghosts and shit, and then a fantasy sort of joining them. So yeah, it's a lot of different genres and stuff. Mostly it's just like some of the reviews on the internet. It's very funny. Ideally, people find it funny as I do comedy. It's funny. It's weird. It is also, I don't know if you guys like it a little violent, like the action there. It does.
Sometimes
It does.
a little violent.
Yeah, it gets.
Oh, yeah.
We go all over the place. We try
Yeah.
to a little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah.
So that you can get this on Amazon. For you have to buy everything. It was yeah. I mean, it's pretty much where your shit from. So yeah, you get that. They'll send it to your home. Get it on your Kindle. Also, if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can just go read it there. So yeah, no, anywhere. And then also, you know what, you'll find me, God knows I have a bunch of them in my house, and then you can also just buy one at a show at some point when I start getting back out there. Hell, I'll sign it. The thing though is I have just the worst fucking handwriting, so it will look like a child signed book.
Yeah, I'm the same way. My handwriting looks like it's the handwriting of that of a toddler, but I also have the ladder of a toddler as well. So
that's because I also like my normal 9 to 5, like I teach English, so I gotta like write on papers and stuff. People just be like, man, that 7-year-old tore your ass up.
Oh man. And how's it been going with the whole comedy thing? Like you doing a lot of shows, or
I actually have not. Well, just like the Omicron, it's like pretty much last summer I think we were all just getting back into like, yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of fucking comedy. And then it was great for a couple months, and then it wasn't. And then a bunch of shit got canceled. So during that time actually is when I spent, like, I was like, right, you know what? Because like not a lot of stuff was going on. So I was like, right, you should write a book, because that's one thing I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I finally had the time for it. So that's what I was doing during that. And then you know what, I do some VR stuff with Tommy and Dorian and Eric, the Laugh Finder. We all do some stuff there. If you have like an Oculus Quest, you can just go and fucking like alt space or whatever. I think Time's got doing a show in Vegas there that's also going to be on VR on Saturday. So I've been doing that, and then I was like, gotten some bookings coming up in the not too distant future. But for me, I just been kind of like doing the stuff at because the internet, like the Zoom shit we were doing for a while, that was just the fucking worst. I do like the shit on Oculus is like at least kind of fun, because it's like it's more interactive in real time and stuff. Because the Zoom, it'd just be like a lot of times it would just be like just people, they're fucking their shit turned off during the show, so you have no idea if stuff like hits. At least in the fucking in the Oculus, but you at least get some in the VR one. You at least you do get more like feedback from the crowd. There's always like way more people on it. There's usually like 50 something people at the shows. So so like for like a mics and shit, that's a pretty decent. It's like hard to get into like the open mics, but that's like pretty good to actually get like feedback from people. I mean, I was sure, like, hopefully I'll probably be back doing more comedy and shit in the not too distant future. Maybe doing a show like next Thursday or something, but I'm pretty much on like we'll see what's up,
Make sure you get out, if you're local, make sure you get out and see Bryan and pick up one of his books. Now, with the VR stuff, have you seen anything wild in the crowd? Because we were talking a little bit last week that Matt did one of the VR comedy shows.
Yeah. See, I actually went to one of those. It was a couple weeks ago now. Went to because I have Oculus, and my buddy, my cousin, actually was like, "Hey, they got a comedy show going on. It's like I think it's like in the West Coast." So I hopped on there about 11 o'clock. I'm not quite sure what the name of the club was, but I mean, it's pretty cool. It was a very cool experience. Like, I really think that's probably, I wouldn't say where things are heading, but there's definitely a market out there for it.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely, I think, like a different fucking, I mean, it's definitely another way to get it to people. I think it's like somewhere in between. I mean, it's not ever gonna like there's something you don't get from it's I think it's of the in your house, not leaving your house option. I think it's a way better option. It's, it is actually like a pretty good, it's never gonna be as good as like physically being there, but I do think it's like a way better option than like any other.
I mean,
way to
it
get
was
people
really
into a
cool.
comedy show. It's pretty cool. It is like I strongly prefer it to like.
Yeah, they had it set up pretty much like a nightclub. It had a bar and everything. I mean, obviously you get real drinks, but they had tables set up. What do you call this? Like cocktail tables. It's literally set up like
it's a comedy club in VR.
It's really cool, and it's like
it's like
this is really neat. But the only problem I had with it was, everybody still here? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Yeah, something happened with my shit. I don't know. For a second, it blacked out. So yeah, when I was in there, it was really cool. I had a really cool experience, but they don't tell you, well, they do go over some rules. They do have like moderators and all these things.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't understand, because I'm to the people that are new to VR, because I mean, the Oculus just sold millions of sets.
Yeah, this is huge on
So
Christmas.
it's just
a
a
big
huge
year.
spike. So
Yeah.
you got a whole lot of new people in there, and I'm one of those new people. I didn't know that the closer you are to the stage, the louder you are, like the comics.
Yeah. It's all
So
fucking.
my cousin, actually, one of the moderators asked my cousin to mute because he was being too loud.
Mhm.
And so I didn't know that, but yeah, it's so they gotta make some things a little bit more clear to like newbies, I guess. And of course, you're gonna have assholes that aren't gonna listen and do deserve to be kicked
Yeah.
out. But I actually, and I talked about this last time on the show, because I'm a little weird, I'm a little crazy. So after the show,
Mhm.
everybody was done, doing it, and you could meet up with comics, you could actually talk to them.
Yeah.
So we interacted with them, a couple of them. But so a guy just randomly showed up, and he wasn't one of the comics or anything, but he asked if we wanted to do like a gangbang. So I said, sure, man. Yeah. Let's go on stage and, we'll just start circle jerking. So I was up there vigorously, like pretending to masturbate in VR, and I got kicked out. So yeah, things not to do in VR.
Yeah. No, so here's the thing is like that first day, I think, when we were all doing it, we were at the VR comedy with myself and the other degenerates from Laugh-Finder.
Yeah.
You know what? We were all just that first day when you were there, they're just like, ow, it's like we're jacking each other's penises. And then fortunately no one noticed we kept doing that in the back of the green room.
Right. It's really cool though how you guys actually have that set up. I don't mean to cut you off, but because you can see that, like, all the comics, you have like a backstaging area, and they're all just going over shit.
Yeah.
Or their routines, and they'll come up to the front, and then they'll do their little.
Yeah, it's probably the failed to render. Was that the show you were at?
What was it called?
Failed to render.
I think that's might be it.
Yeah, because there's like a couple
West
of different.
Coast.
It's the ones we usually do.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They're like 10 o'clock. Well, they're 10 o'clock East Coast time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I probably.
Yeah, 10 o'clock East Coast ones. Those ones we're usually. I think there's like a couple different places where they do VR comedy.
Cool. Yeah.
I have no idea if they all have beef or whatever. Like it's regular fucking in-person comedy. I'm sure there is some sort of metaverse turf war going on. That I'm not privy to, but. We're usually on the failed to render ones. It's like those are all. I think they do like Monday to Thursday now, or they because I think they're like every night except for Sunday maybe, and like they do special events on Saturdays and shit.
Yeah,
10
I
o'clock
think it was on like a
Eastern.
Friday. Might have been
it's like
Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And Mike Walters in the chat says, so Matt gets VR and the first thing he does is masturbate virtually in a public setting. That says a lot.
I mean, why not? Right? I mean. Listen, the whole point of the VR, in my opinion, was to do things kind of like fucking GTA, right?
Yeah.
You do things.
Well, imagine what GTA is going to be like. Imagine a virtual GTA world. Like that's.
Well, they are working on that, but like that point of it, I thought was so we could be degenerates and get away with crazy shit like that. But obviously, there's rules and shit now. But.
And what we're going to do real quick is we're going to get into our Urban Dictionary term of the night. And I actually know somebody who does this all the time, and I'm not going to confirm or deny if it's Jess's brother, and it's called gybernating. And gybernating is when a guy doesn't leave the house all day long. He just sits around doing guy stuff. Example, watching sports/porn, playing video game, and eating junk food. Man, my girlfriend is out of town this weekend, and I plan on gybernating, eating pizza, watching the game, and some porn, and playing GTA 4. So that is our Urban Dictionary term of the night. And
I mean, I do that shit now, dude.
Yeah,
so,
that's
I mean,
pretty much that's my COVID life.
Yeah,
yeah.
I wear fucking track pants out of the house now. Like everywhere I fucking go.
Hell yeah.
Like I'm literally after this, I'm going to go play video games, maybe watch some more porn, and then go get a fucking cheeseburger, man.
Well, here's the thing. with the pandemic and the whole COVID thing, I was doing that shit way before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing's
Oh yeah.
changed for me, man. I'm just like, everybody's like, this is crazy. I hate this. I'm like, dude, this is the greatest shit ever.
Yeah.
Kidding? This is my life. Welcome.
And what sucks is, unfortunately, the last time Bryan Preston was supposed to be on is when we had Alexis Amore on, and he had some stuff he had to go do, so he missed out on being able to talk to Alexis Amore, who ended up being a home run. And our
He's
first
funny as shit.
Yeah, our
He's got a
first
good sense of
photo
humor.
segment that we did was hilarious also, which of course later on in the regular episode, we are going to do another burn photo segment. And it's actually funny that we talk about COVID. Like apparently there's a new variant called the B2 variant, which sounds like a fucking vitamin. Like who the fuck, like who names these fucking like variants? Like you had Delta Airlines, you have the fucking Optimus Prime fucking virus, you have fucking now the B2 variant, which sounds like take your B2 vitamin and some fucking shit. Like they're bouncing all over the, like it's COVID, and then it's like, does it go DVID, then EVID, then GVID? Like what the fuck like is it with the naming of fucking the COVID shit? Like it's just
Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I don't even give a shit.
Yeah,
And-
I think that's a lot of people.
Yeah, and Blood said in the thing that he's been gybernating for 3 days now. So yeah, so we all like to hibernate. And now, when you guys, of course, I think Bryan, you said it. Like my wife gets just completely like she hates it whenever I go to the store wearing like pajama pants. Like she's like, how, like she goes out, whenever she goes out, anywhere she goes, she has to like look presentable. With me, I'm like, I don't even give a shit. Like I went out earlier and I had on pajama pants and fucking flip-flops and it's snowing outside, and I don't even give 1 ounce of fucking shit.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah, I pretty much I got a lot of Adidas track pants. I just wear those. Like
Yeah.
I got like 6 or
Jeez.
7 pairs. I just, one for every day of the fucking week. I just, wear those.
Adidas
everywhere.
track pants. You work
yeah.
for the mafia, the Russian.
You know what? I kind of do that. It's great. It's super comfortable, for starters, and then also like it will, unfortunately, though, everyone can see your dick. But like, it was actually, when I was doing a show over the summer, and this woman comes up and she's like, "Hey," it got weird. I felt like to me. I'm like, this would, you know what? Honestly, if you were hot though. Anyway. Yeah, but no, it's super comfortable, and it is kind of fun. Like I get why Russian mafia dresses like this now. It's,
Oh hell yeah!
like I fucking get it. Like, dude,
Yeah.
the thing is like you're comfortable, but also though, like if I had to stop, so you got full like range of motion in this shit, like
Yeah. Also, spoiler if nobody's seen it yet or not, but Hawkeye, the
oh
track,
yeah.
yeah, 100% tracksuit.
Oh yeah, tracksuit bros. Yeah, it was actually what happened. We went, we just wore tracksuits to Magfest. I was like, this is great. And then the pandemic happened. I was like, well, fuck, it's just tracksuits all the time, baby. I get why they do this.
And what's funny is bringing up Jess. She goes to those. Matt, does Kim still do like some of those sip and paint parties?
She hasn't for quite a while.
Like I wonder if they've ever had like one where you go and like it's a sip and paint. Like we should do our version, but you go and you drink beer and there's a naked woman and you just paint the naked woman. just sitting there. Like you're just getting drunk and you're just painting a naked woman. And, they paint civilized stuff like birds flying with like fucking ocean background and all that stuff.
Oh,
Us,
yeah.
we're just drunk painting naked women. Like that's
That probably would make money.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure they already probably have that, but somewhere in the UK, I'm sure those guys are perverts.
Instead of sip and paint, it could be the nip and paint party.
The nip and paint. Got it. Yeah. It's good. I like that.
Yeah, and what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to roll into the regular episode that we have. So we're going to wrap our pregame episode. So everybody just go ahead and hang tight on Facebook Live, and we're going to roll right into a regular audio episode. Let me hit record on the audio stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Happy Hour podcast. Of course, I'm Ray. Matt's with me this week. Tom Nutty is not here. We're being joined by Bryan Preston from the Laugh Finder podcast. He's also a local comedian. We're going to talk a little bit about his book a little bit later on also. But Matt, we just have to start off this week. You texted me earlier on the week telling me about this story of monkeys that got loose on the highway. And what exactly happened? Because I'm still trying to piece together exactly what happened with the fucking monkeys on the highway when you were texting me about that.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't there.
Well, I
Maybe I caused it, maybe I didn't. No, somewhere in the up in Pennsylvania. I'm not quite sure where in Pennsylvania. I just see PA. I don't care the exact location. Fuck it. Something about 100 monkeys were on board a truck heading towards, I think Missouri, I believe.
Oh, out near Mike.
to a CDC lab for like testing or whatever. I don't know what they're testing. I don't know.
To inject them with COVID.
Right. Well, it apparently got into an accident, like a 10-car pileup or some shit.
Holy shit.
Monkeys were just, unleashed upon the highway. So they were able to scrounge up some like the 100, except for maybe 4 of them. As of late, I think this happened a few days ago, or maybe even a week ago now. I think they got all the monkeys are accounted for. But I mean, that's pretty crazy. I mean, I know a movie that I think started off like, was it like Outbreak or something?
Outbreak. Yeah.
There was like a monkey virus. And here's the kicker. Some random pedestrian saw the monkey madness happening upon the highway. So as a good Samaritan, she decided to help. She said one of the monkeys like hissed at her and spit in her face.
Oh.
Now, apparently, a couple days later, she's been normal, but now a couple days later, supposedly she's got like a sore throat and like conjunctivitis or something like that.
Oh.
So yeah, that was, I thought that was, I was like, oh, I don't know.
Well, it's freaky because monkeys are like really like super freakishly strong. So like imagine like you're like there's a car pileup and a monkey just hops on your fucking car and just starts fucking pounding the fucking hood of your car. It's like at that point, like what do you do? Especially like the thing is I'm out, monkey jumps on my wife's car. She's like, oh, look at the monkey, and it's like it just starts fucking going crazy and shit.
Well, how big is the monkey though?
Yeah. Did they say what kind
like
of
it's like there's an ocean
if I had
of
my
difference
phone,
in
I
monkey
could
sizes.
research what kind of monkey it is.
Yeah. Because it's like a chimpanzee or an orangutan. Like
it's one of those weird
was it a baboon?
It looks more damn.
Was it a gibbon?
I don't know. I'm gonna
had like colorful shit on its face because that's
kind
a
of monkey that was, because I don't think I can even pronounce it. Because it wasn't like a chimpanzee or not, because I obviously I can pronounce that, but it's some weird you're gonna have to give me a minute.
Okay. Well, actually, it's kind of funny because one day I was delivering. This was years ago. I was delivering the University of Maryland healthcare, and they do experiments in one part of the hospital on baboons. Like I don't know if they test some of the medicines or whatever. And we pull into the loading dock, and me and Mike, who one of the old hosts of the show, we saw this guy sitting there, and he was just sweating profusely, and he was completely pale white. And we're like, dude, are you all right? And like, it looks like you saw a ghost. And he's like, yeah, I almost just got killed by a baboon. And we're like, what? And he told us that they do tests on the baboons. And what they do is they need to change their cages after a while. So they'll wheel a cage in and transfer the monkey from one cage to another. When he went to shut the latch wouldn't lock. So he said the monkey was kind of distracted by something. And then it slowly turned its head and realized that he was having an issue with the latch and like opened its teeth, started roaring, and then ran towards him. And he just slammed the door as hard as he could. It latched, and the monkey was just reaching, like biting at the fucking bars and all that shit. And it's like, Jesus H. Christ, like, holy shit. Like, do you imagine that? Like, you're pulling up for a delivery, you're on a loading dock, and you just see a baboon just tearing a man's face off. Like, that would be insane.
I'm not quite sure. I should have sent that.
I would turn the car around, honestly. I'm just in the mindset. I'm like, oh fuck, no.
Yeah.
I'd be like, honey, no.
It's time for me to leave.
Yeah.
I'm getting the fuck out of
No, you guys don't pay me fucking baboon face eating money.
Yeah. And I mean, who knows what the fuck happened to that baboon before it came down to get the cage changed? Like, that monkey's on like a fucking IV, and they're testing the fucking heart fucking like
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
have a heart attack like on the fucking
Oh, you
monkey.
fucking EKG or not? No, the fucking the paddles, the paddles.
Yeah. When they just, like fucking, they're just sitting there fucking shocking the monkey and shit. And it's like, yeah, I never knew that University of Healthcare actually did that. Like when it was like right there on 22 Green Street, like on the back part of 22 South Green Street, like one of those buildings right there where they did that. And I was like, fuck, like it was part of their biotech unit. And I was like, I never knew that they did that shit.
Oh yeah, they definitely do animal tests like over at University of Maryland, Baltimore and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Okay, so go ahead. I just wanted to tell you, I don't know how to pronounce it, but they're Maca fascicularis. They're long-tailed mascus. Does anyone know what a mascu is? I mean, I don't. They're like crab-eating like monkeys. Yeah, it's kind of, they're from like Southeast Asia. Trying to see how big
That's a macaque.
they get pretty big from what it looks like on these. I mean, I wouldn't say huge, but
All right, so they get like almost 2 feet in size apparently. Like,
yeah, they don't get too big.
like
but
1 to 2 feet, but like still, I mean, yeah.
you
I'm
could
not-
probably still fling one of those if you.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I'm definitely like I fuck up like I would say 3 to 4 macaques, maybe. Like now that's even if they circled up on me, even if they weren't coming at me one at a time.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like 3 to 4 minutes. No, like you got like a chimpanzee. No, not fighting that.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I think I
not
can take like
fighting
3. I think I can take like 3 or 4 macaques. My thing is again, I'm not
Right.
slowing down or stopping the car. I'm not gonna try and like run down a fucking monkey because I'm not a monster. But I'm definitely not gonna stop to investigate the
Right.
situation.
Well, yeah. Well, apparently, so this lady that went to investigate, the truck was totally destroyed, and she said there was monkey shit everywhere, and she was treading through the monkey shit to get to these monkeys to help them. Hell no. What are you doing? Like, why are you stepping through monkey shit? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, dude. Like, they clean this.
Oh man, I am driving home and posting on Facebook. Crazy monkey shit car crash on way home.
Hell yeah. But apparently they are very they have a very big dominance hierarchy. So
Oh,
they would be very territorial.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
that's the thing. So she could have got too close, and those monkeys could have just been like, "Well, hey, fuck you, bitch," and
I
just
mean,
ripped her face completely off.
Right. Well, they're only two. They're not very big, 2 feet tall.
Yeah, they're not like
Weight, but
baboon size.
100
It's-
monkeys though.
Oh
100.
yeah, it's a lot of monkeys.
100 will come out. You're pretty
No,
much.
I'm
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
gonna
think
fight 100
they're.
monkeys.
They are omnivores, so it doesn't rule out the complete possibility that they would eat you. But
Probably fuck you up.
Well,
they
I mean,
definitely fuck you up.
it's almost like the final fight scene in Avengers, but instead of the Avengers coming through all the portals, it's just fucking monkeys, just hundreds
Yeah.
and hundreds of fucking monkeys, and you're just kind of like, yeah. Well, I mean, at that point, like, even if I see the monkeys, like if I'm close to them and they're not fucking with me, automatically in my mind, it's like, this is where I die. Just because of how many stories you hear of people who have this little baby monkey and they raise it and then it becomes 4 years old and then you tell it to eat its peas and it doesn't fucking want to. So it fucking rips your face off because it doesn't want to fucking eat what you tell it to fucking eat. So yeah, no. Fuck
Yeah.
Jesus said no. Jesus said no peas. All right, bro.
And Blood commented, he's like a monkey bite. He's like, isn't that how the movie Dead Alive started? And I believe
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of like virus. Monkeys have a lot of viruses. I mean, naturally.
Yeah, and they're very close to human beings
Yeah.
genetically. So that shit's gonna, it's that shit's just gonna jump right over, man.
Well,
I mean,
anything,
Oh yeah.
anything with hands for feet, it's just kind of like, no, fuck that. Because it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it can punch you with its hands, but then it can fucking stand on its hands and punch you with its fucking feet. It's kind of like, a mental like mind game, like fuckery, like, hey, I'm gonna fight you upside down. Fuck you.
Well, you know what you got to do, since they're like a very dominant hierarchy. You just got to go in there and just punch the biggest one in the face.
yeah.
You're my bitch now, and then now you rule this whole monkey kingdom. And then
Yeah.
start
I mean,
the revolution.
Monkeys that size, you could fuck one of them up. Yeah, definitely, man. I definitely think I could like rule those fucking macaques. Yeah.
They're like, oh shit, okay, all right. He Caesar in the face.
Well, it's the kind of thing that you can't get lucky enough for something like that to happen where they're like cutting down trees, because it's like at that point, like you're being attacked by 100 monkeys. Like if you're like right there where construction work's doing, like I'm just flinging monkeys in the fucking tree shredder. Like fuck that. Just see you later, monkey. Just one after another in the tree shredder. It's just like, yeah, nope, fuck this. I'm gone. See ya. Like, yeah.
But you could be the monkey king. Why would you want to kill them? You could be on your side, and you basically you could take the world.
I mean, it's a killer.
But, I mean, it is only 100 monkeys, but I mean, you could just make more monkeys.
I mean, it's a start.
It's a start, you know. Everybody starts somewhere.
It's like it's me and my fucking monkey army. Yeah.
Well, imagine that, like, you know, you end up having a monkey army, and it's like at that point, like, do you just take them everywhere you go at that point? Like, I mean, you know, you can train them to do different things. Like one monkey goes grocery shopping, the other monkey, you know, goes and just does tedious tasks and all that shit. The other one cleans up all the dog shit in the backyard, and you just have all these monkeys doing all these random different jobs.
I mean, here's the thing, man. If I got that many monkeys, I'm definitely rolling 100 monkeys deep. Like, people should probably, I mean, like, why the fuck not? That's pretty cool. I mean, I guess depending on like where you're going and if it's appropriate to do it, then yeah, of course. I mean, if I take 100 monkeys out to a nice restaurant, of course not.
It's almost like gremlins at that point.
No, you wouldn't. You don't know. You just you leave the monkeys at home for that. No, but if I'm gonna go, you know, just go walking on the streets, yeah, of course, I bring the 100 monkeys with me so people can see me, the monkeys, etc. You got to make a statement with it, but I'm not. I mean, monkeys don't know what a nice meal is.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean, but imagine how the destruction they would leave at home. I mean, I have kids, and they're pretty much like 100 monkeys. So yeah, I can imagine actually having 100 monkeys. Man, this house would be.
Oh yeah, no. I guess it's like, you know what? You can't. I don't really live like a lifestyle now that would facilitate 100 monkeys. I should also add that.
Well, imagine you show up to like a drug deal, like you know,
Dude,
you have
hold on,
in your trunk,
right.
and it goes south, and you just pop the trunk, and all the monkeys just hop out. And it's like, oh, all right.
Just picture this: you've got 100 monkeys in tracksuit pants.
I mean, here's the thing, though. I'm just gonna be like, oh man, I'm just gonna have 100 monkeys in tracksuit pants full of shit in an hour and a half.
Yeah,
they're just like, oh, cool. I just have a bunch of monkeys in shitty pants now, just in my fucking house. It was cool for half an hour. We got. I did it for the gram.
It was cool, but now you need to go, monkeys. Like now,
it's like how do you guys gotta get back to doing
but you're their
shit?
king now. You can't just leave them. Now you're their king.
I mean, I would just do a fucking
like, all right, guys.
I just be like, go home. We don't want you here.
And then the monkey's like, this is our home. And then they're like, you're gonna leave
and then,
right now.
And then the revolution begins.
Yeah, well,
the Planet of the Apes just boom.
Good lord. Well, that's
well, speaking of the new Planet of the Apes movies, I feel like those were terrifying. Like you see the ones in the second,
good fucking movies.
Yeah, they're good movies, but just the monkeys themselves, like seeing them talk and be as strong as they like as an actual monkey form, and not like these weird like 1970s like people monkeys that they look like.
Oh yeah, no, I mean the monkeys definitely were like actual fucking monkeys as opposed to like just like dudes in fucking rubber masks.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. What was it like, Caesar or whatever? Like the lead monkey,
Caesar.
He was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, like
that's badass
played
dude,
by Andy Serkis.
Yeah,
he does all that CGI stuff all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, he's a bad dude.
Yeah, it made me it painted a picture for me that if you're ever at the zoo and one of those monkeys has like a look on its face, like the way Caesar had the look on his face right before shit went south, yeah, I'm leaving the fucking zoo. Fuck this. I'm getting out of here because the monkey revolution is coming.
Right. Well, have you ever seen those things, those short little videos on the internet where kids are, even grown-ups have their like back turned to like the cages of like the tigers and all that.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, and they run up on them and
Just
shit.
sneak up on them and just start like beating the shit out of the cage, and then scares the shit out of the kid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Those
That's
things are
well
fucking
shit.
hilarious. But you see them, you see the lions just kind of like lurking, like, oh, this fucker's getting ready to attack.
Okay. Jesus, I can't believe I'm doing this on another podcast. I do though have just the worst story about this.
Go ahead, man.
About safaris, and here's the problem: is I'm gonna laugh when I tell it, but this is a wildly inappropriate story for a person to laugh at. This is true though; it really did happen. You guys, you know what, viewers, listeners, etc. You can Google this after the fact. Okay, so here's what happened. This one dude I had, who I had fucking art class with in high school, his little brother and the mom, they go on safari again. They're from the Baltimore area. The mother was on Oprah because of this. Here's what's going on. They're in, I forget specifically what country they are in, but they go on safari together, right? So it's the mother and the son. And here's one of the fucking things they tell you to do when you're on safari is you gotta, if you go pee, you go to the bathroom at night, you gotta set your fucking tent up, right? So animals don't get in your tent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this kid's, his 10-year-old brother, he goes out to pee. He goes back into his tent. It is full of hyenas, and they ate him alive. The game warden had to put a bullet in the fucking kid or some shit. Yeah, he got eaten by fucking hyenas.
Could you imagine? Like,
Right? He's like, he goes into pee, he comes back into the tent, and it is full of hyenas.
like where did he go to pee? Like
I don't know how far he went to go pee, but the tent was full of hyenas when he got back, and they ate him.
They just snuck up in them.
Yeah, no, they're just like, oh, what the fuck is going on over here? Yeah, he comes back, and yeah, the hyenas fucking ate him. I think and I tried to do that as a bit in stand-up on stage, and you know what? People do not find that amusing.
I mean, I mean,
People are like,
10-year-old.
sir, what, sir? Why
Right.
are you telling the story in a comedic fashion?
I
This
find
is
it
how I deal with the tragedy of Earth.
Listen, this is the Happy Hour podcast. We say all sorts of shit here.
Yeah.
So by now, I'm sure if we're gonna get banned, you're. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no, it's look, hey, Jesus Christ.
100%. We talk about the craziest shit on here.
I know. Hey, look.
Here's the thing.
Baby.
Maybe he should have just like befriended a gang of monkeys. And then
yeah.
they go
Dude, if he had a gang of monkeys in tracksuits,
the hyenas.
fuck
No,
those
if he had
hyenas.
100 monkeys, he would have been fine.
Yeah.
They would have already been in
Insane.
there. They'd been like, this is monkey turf.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Get out.
Caesar live
hyenas.
here.
There's
Caesar
no
live
need for
here.
you.
Those hyenas are like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn,
And,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got
man.
you got to roll deep, man. You got to
Dude,
roll,
like-
Baltimore, baby.
bro.
Imagine that though. Like you fucking go back in your tent and you walk in and there's like now he said there were hyenas in there and they ate him. Did he
Yeah,
say
there
how
were
many
hyenas in there.
hyenas were in there? Like were
Yeah,
there
the
like,
hyenas got into his tent and they fucking ate him.
like
Jesus.
imagine that, like you go in there and it's like it's a little tent and there's like fucking 5 hyenas just bunched together in there and just waiting to fucking just feast. Like,
I mean, I understand this guy was a young, like
It was
10-year-old.
like a 10-year-old boy.
He
Yeah.
probably just shit his pants, but me, like, I'm gonna die. So you know what I'm doing? I'm just gonna fucking take off my shit. So let's go and just start fighting. I would die, of course, but fuck it. I mean, I'm taking a bit. I'm gonna punch as many hyena ass as I can.
Blood commented, did he see what Rafiki did to the other hyenas? Maybe he should have did it himself.
Actually, the movie had come out by then. So, I mean, he would have, and this is like the early 2000s.
Oh man. So yeah, it was that far back. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. No, this is like,
Yeah.
This is like in the early, this is like happening like, I think maybe the early, like 2000, 2001, maybe.
Jesus
wow.
Christ.
Sabanya.
There's like, hey, we're gonna go on safari, and then there's like, oh, fucking
shit.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
now if I ever go on safari, that's gonna forever live rent free in my mind.
Yeah.
Like
No.
I'm gonna be thinking about that
Right.
150%. Like
Don't ever just don't leave your tent unattended.
Right.
I'm
I-
shitting and
yeah.
pissing in my tent. That's the way it went. Yeah.
So yeah, I have actually been on a safari a few years ago. Actually, damn, probably been 10 years ago now. But it was more like isolated. It wasn't like in the straight up jungle.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much we just drove through it on the trucks, and then we were dropped off at our.
Oh yeah, no, like the daytime.
It's just but that seems like it's more of like a.
Oh, it's like a multi day or whatever. Fucking like we go walk through the fucking junk. No, you again.
Yeah.
You missed me with that shit. I will. I can
I
be in a car near some fucking.
Nope.
No, you can see him from the fucking car, dude.
Yeah, that's what we do. We're like, oh look, looks like nope.
Like you can't pet those motherfuckers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wonder if people walked in and thought they were dogs. Like, you're 10 years old.
I don't know. I think
No.
it's in there, and
I'm
then
pretty sure
hyenas
you
are
know.
all
I'm pretty sure you know at that point.
Oh, hi, puppy,
life
and
is
then
over.
the hyena just.
Yeah, I think it's just like he just pops his head, and the hyenas are just on him.
Yeah. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Like, could you imagine well, I'm sure he probably woke everybody else up, but just imagine if nobody else woke up, like just the scene
they woke up.
that you will walk into. If nobody else woke up, you just go into the tent the next day and just see what's left of what the hyenas left. Like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm zipping that tent back up and just setting that bitch on fire and leaving.
I don't know what I would rather deal with in a tent situation. I don't know if I'd rather deal with Bigfoot coming onto my campgrounds and trying to fucking crush my head, or walking into my tent, the fucking hyenas. Like, yeah.
I mean, all right, here's the thing. Now, when Bigfoot comes in there, are you asleep or are you awake?
Yeah. That's
The other thing is, if I know Bigfoot's coming, I'm taking Bigfoot because, like, I can probably have it. You know what? And also, who am I camping with? Because, like, I can probably outrun one of those people.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I got a good burst, not a small man.
I'm pretty sure if Bigfoot comes into my tent in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping, I am now Bigfoot's bitch.
Okay.
It's going to happen 100%.
So, right.
And I'm going to give it all to him. Just I might as well, or he's going to crush my skull. I mean,
so Bigfoot comes into your tent and you're just in there with your ass cheek, holding your ass cheeks.
It could be a lady Bigfoot. He getting some Bigfoot.
There you go. I could be getting some snoo.
Yeah, it could be a lady Bigfoot.
Might crush my pelvic bone, but hey, there's no fighting that.
Or plot twist. You raised hyenas your entire life, and then when Bigfoot comes into your tent, he's met by hyenas.
So doesn't Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're vicious little bastards. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Poor 10-year-old. Jesus Christ.
Jesus. All right. So with that, we're going to change.
How do we move on from that?
I know.
How do we stay away from that?
We're gonna burn that out of our minds with our burn photo segment, which is going to be our third incarnation. Of course, Bryan Preston sent me a photo earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go into share screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my photo first, and then I'll show Matt's, and then I'll show Bryan. So for this episode of Burn Photo, this is the photo that I will share right now for you guys. And why is it going into that? So stop share. I selected the wrong thing like an idiot. So hit OK on that. Share screen. Click that. Share. All right, there we go. So there you go. Lo and behold, that's me looking like a pedophile.
You look like a fucking creeper. Definitely.
And I was shaving one night. I remember going downstairs and just looking at my wife, and I was like, so if you woke up one day and this was just on top of you, and she was just like, go upstairs and just shave right now.
Hell yeah. The only thing you're missing is like a button down, but it's like buttoned all the way up.
I feel like, have you ever seen the movie The Campaign? It had Zach Galifianakis.
Yes.
I feel like that looks like Zach Galifianakis' character from The Campaign. Like that's exactly what I see whenever I look at that. And
no, good Lord. Honestly, it's just like I just want to go to the Chick-fil-A that guy manages.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get into Matt. So Matt, here's yours. which you look like you're really like, I don't know
I
what
was
the hell is
14. Okay, I was 14 years old. I was honestly, I don't know what the fuck I was doing.
you look like Doug on drugs. Like I feel like
Hmm.
if Doug was like on cocaine, that's what Doug would look like. So
Hey, man, that was back in 2001, bro. I mean,
where was that? Because I'm kind of digging that like weird lamp with like, it looks like the glass shade that's on top of
Yeah,
it.
no, that definitely looks like the corner of a number of apartments I've been in.
Yeah.
that was actually Mike Messick's, our good friend Mike Messick. That was his house back in, well, his mother's house, obviously. But yeah, dude, I had the Tommy Hilfiger jeans on, dude. I was so freaking cool.
Oh, dude, you thought you were so fucking cool.
I thought I was so cool.
All right, and then Brian sent us one as well. So let me go ahead and get that up on deck, and we will go ahead right into Brian's, which here is Bryan Preston's photo right here. Which, Brian, is this Halloween, or did you just decide?
No,
hey,
okay. So
gonna
pretty
go out
much,
and walk
there is a
Warlock
story.
Spider.
Oh, there's. Huh? So pretty much this is actually the backstory behind this picture is it was about 10 years. It was the year of our Lord 2012. I went to a LARPing camp out with my good friend of the show, Tommy Sambazo, back when he still did that. Now we are all out here. It's the first and only time I've gone to one of these LARPing events. And they're all like, hey guys, we're gonna get our war paint done for the serious, fantasy battle we're gonna do. And I'm there and I'm like, I want to be Spider-Man as a joke. And then they definitely did give me the Spider-Man face paint like you would give a child at a carnival or birthday party. And then I went into battle and then also to a liquor store in Upper Marlboro, still with that face paint on. Good times were had by all.
It
It
totally
looked like Harry Potter meets Spider-Man.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I was
You fell into the multiverse.
Yeah, no, this was
the Sorcerer's Stone, and you're just like, I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. They're like, right, because everyone's doing like the eye black and all that shit. And I was just like, no, sir. Paint me like Spider-Man. I want to look like an 8-year-old at a birthday party. And then they did it.
I want to look like someone who will walk into a temple of hyenas, and the hyenas are just kind of like, nah, not today. Like,
Yeah,
there's you know what?
That's a Sorcerer's Spider-Man. I ain't fuck with him.
I'd be like, some of you hyenas are gonna eat me, but you ain't all making it out of this.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, imagine all of those photos together. Like, you have me with the pedophile mustache, you have Brian with a Spider-Man warlock get up on, and then you have young Matt, with his microphone looking like he's a high Doug, just walking down the street. Like, damn well the bully kids are coming right over in a heartbeat, and they're just kind of like, we're gonna kick these kids' asses right now just because.
But they wouldn't be able to. Like, we have 100 monkey army. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with us.
We're going to get that 14-year-old boy away from those 2 grown men. It's weird that they're hanging out together. I don't care. No 14-year-old is that cool that he should have 2 grown men best friends. No, it's weird.
Especially the way you looked with that mustache.
Yeah, no, with the fucking pedo stash in the face paint. No, it's like, kid, you're in trouble, man. Doug, this shit ain't funny.
Red flags. I just see red flags everywver.
Yeah, like, no.
Somebody tell Skeeter to come rescue Doug. Like, this cannot happen. Like, I mean, just imagine. Like, imagine you look at your Ring camera, and you just see this, just staring at you through your Ring camera. Like, I mean, that at that point, I'm just coming to the terms that I'm being raped. Like, that's what's happening. Like, that's not going away. Like, you look at that in a Ring camera, that is not going away. Like, I'd rather see, a bear in my Ring camera and come to terms that a bear is just going to rip me apart. And
bear can't open a door.
I'll have you come in. We'll sit down. We'll eat a pizza.
Yeah.
And then what's his name from fucking
You got your Predator.
Yeah, he's gonna come out of the like, so
Yeah.
we're here to eat pizza with a
Yeah, it's like, what do you have a seat up here, sir?
Yeah. So this guy with the mustache and Warlock Spider-Man's hanging out with this young 14-year-old Doug character. Like,
Oh, it'd be like, sir, why do you have a 6-pack of Mike's Hard Lemonade and a pack of Trojans?
yeah.
It's like, I was gonna teach you that sex was bad. That you shouldn't trust people from the internet. Come on, guys. We got a fucking child like that. What?
The point that
they come up with the dumbest excuses.
No,
Like,
they really would. I actually was interested. They canceled that show because no one would advert. It wasn't because of ratings. Like apparently the show did really well in the ratings because people didn't want to advertise on it.
right. But it's just
Yeah, no, people were like, we don't want Domino's to be the pizza of pedophile catching. We don't want to associate our brand with someone catching pedophiles. We don't know. Like no
Well,
one's
yeah, that's-
going to go. No one's
Not
going
a
to see
very-
Catwoman in theaters and think it's full of pedophiles.
yeah,
Well,
not
that's
a
it.
very good marketing strategy.
No,
that's
yeah.
the thing. It's like Domino's does their commercial right after To Catch a Predator shows a man luring a child into his van with Domino's pizza, and then it's
Yeah.
just kind of like, well, that was great product placement.
It's
That-
like
The whole
didn't-
commercial is just Ray with that mustache,
yeah.
pizza in his hands, not saying a word, just staring at the camera. That's the commercial.
Yeah. Like I feel like that photo is just nothing but silence. Like that guy's never talked a day in his life. Like he's killed, but he's never said a word. Kind of like Michael Myers. Like he's never ever fucking said a word.
He probably was the one that sicked the hyenas on that 10-year-old. That
Yeah.
No, the last thing that 10-year-old saw wasn't those hyenas. It was that face. Like, and that's when the real terror began. Jesus Christ in heaven. Oh my God. So that's our burn photo segment for this week. And of course, yeah, listening around, I heard something on the radio, 98 Rock, actually, shout out to 98 Rock. They were talking about there was a guy who had erectile dysfunction. And so the way he corrected that is, you know how you have that spray foam, like you can spray it in your fucking attic to like stop. And his solution to erectile dysfunction was to stick the nozzle up his penis and spray foam into his penis.
What?
Yeah.
that is something 14-year-old me would have done.
Yes. He was spraying spray foam into his penis. That's why
Man.
he had to go to the hospital because like, and apparently he was doing it for a while. I have the
I mean, okay, wait, hold on. The doing it for a while part is what gets me. So, like, this did work for some period of time.
yes.
And he was like, I am going to keep spraying more foam into this dick.
This guy was microdosing fucking Fix-A-Flat.
Well,
Like, what?
Like, what are you doing?
Well, I wonder if it was
Just a little squeeze, little squeeze at a time.
No.
Two
Ah.
squeezes at a time.
well, you
It's
know
like
how
just a
with,
dab will do you.
you know how with Viagra they say if you have an erection for like more than 10 hours, like this guy is trying to have that, but with spray foam. Like he sprays a little, and it just stays solid more and more each time. And it said eventually he started peeing blood, and the doctor was able to remove the
Oh,
heart-
no shit.
How long is eventually?
Eventually.
That's the part I want to know. Like, how long did this spray? Like, 'cause I'm assuming, like, you spray some foam on your dick, and it's like 6 hours later, you're in a hospital. Like, I have made a terrible, very predictable mistake.
Yeah. Apparently, well, not only with that, but according to the report, the 45-year-old man had been inserting various objects into his urethra for some
Okay,
time.
all right.
He
Okay.
erectile dysfunction. So,
All
So
right,
he's-
he's already, no.
He's got problems.
No, he's already passed, like, there's a certain line, right? Like, polite society lives on one side of, like, the putting shit in your dick line.
Yeah.
And then you've got these other motherfuckers with their spray foam and your
Yeah,
fucking, I don't know, jelly bean hard-ons or whatever, like,
Jelly bean hard-on.
and like that motherfucker's over there. So yeah, this is just some fucking crazy person fucking news. Or
The
something.
next sentence is the best sentence. It says, during such occasion, he and his partner decided to use a straw attached to weatherproofing spray. When the partner inadvertently pressed the button deploying the foam. The foam then shot through his entire urethra, even filling up his bladder. The man waited 3 weeks before seeking medical attention at the emergency room.
What?
What?
Wow.
What the three fucking? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do not go. I don't go to the doctor person, but like.
But bro, did you see that hard on for 3 weeks?
No.
Look at this shit.
How do you go about life like that? Also, where is the part about like how they spent those next 3 weeks smoking methamphetamine? I'm sorry. That's not like you don't live a normal life in a polite society after you shoot that much foam in your penis for 3 fucking weeks. You live on the periphery, like on the outskirts of the world, man. That's not like I get just something like that's not a motherfucker who goes to work. That's a crazy person that just smokes fucking meth all day, man.
Yeah. Well, it's funny.
Put on a pair of track pants.
No.
Walked around with a fucking huge wood for 3
point,
weeks. What's
like,
up? Check
like when
this
you
out,
go to
guys.
pee,
Hasn't
like-
gone down yet.
Like he goes to pee, and imagine that, like he goes to pee, and his dick just feels like one of those like soft foam footballs. Like he goes to like just pee, and it just like squeezes like that, and it's just kind of like, you know, instead of her blowing him, she's just getting smacked in the face by like a log full of fucking foam. And does that like clog up your pee? Like, I mean, is that like a reverse?
I don't
think
think you're getting anything out of there, man.
Like,
Right, here's the thing. I've been a dick my entire fucking life. I have never thought about these dick-based questions, man. This is not, again, these are not questions asked in polite dick-based society. You don't know, man. You know what? We contemplate all sorts of fates for our penises. This is not fucking one of them.
Christ. I mean, this guy skipped the whole penis pump thing, went straight to fix a flat.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
He went straight to fix a flat.
like what?
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
like what?
Wow. This is worse than the hyena story.
Oh, yeah, 10-year-old boy gets mauled by a hyena.
This is actually worse to me. Because I have the sense to never go on safari or Jesus Christ.
Imagine if
Right. The hyena thing, that was an accident. This was
This is like someone. How did it get to this? But you know what? Honestly, like here's the. And, you know, I say that like I love the comic book fucking movie. I guess so. Like I would actually pay to see a movie about what led to this. Like I'd be like, you know what? I can skip like one of these Marvel films just to know about this dick foam guy
in a galaxy
Yeah.
far, far away.
Yeah,
like Seth Rogen is dick foam guy.
Yeah, no, like I do kind of want to know like how do you make that fucking progression to do just like put some foam in this motherfucker.
Streaming now on Disney Plus. Dick foam
yeah.
man.
What?
Right.
And then Sam Jackson shows up at the end and he's like, we're talking. It's the Dick Vengers Foam Initiative.
Dick Avengers.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It said that eventually, like, it led to it. So what else was he putting in there? Like,
Yeah, like
Pennies.
you gradually start with something
Stuffing
like, what's
things in his
smaller than one of those little things? Like, I mean, does he sit there and go, hey, you know, I'm going to start with like a pen cap or something like that? Like, like where does it, like, never once have I looked down at my dick and go, I want to put something in that hole. Like,
no, that's stuff comes out from there.
yeah.
Stuff doesn't go into there. Of all the holes on the body, that is the exact one that nothing goes into.
Like he sounds like the guy that
Or any.
deliberately would go to the hospital just to get a catheter put in. You're like, yeah, nerd, hit me with that baby, shove it in there, and they're just like, okay, this guy's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, see, everybody has had a catheter at one point. I can see y'all cringing. So it doesn't feel good. But the guy.
Could you imagine if he fucked up? What the hell is could you imagine if he fucked up and inadvertently used Flex Seal? Like you just flex seal into your own dick. Like at that point, what happens? Like, you know, you pick up the wrong can in the heat of the moment, you're all hot and bothered, and you just pick up the Flex Seal can, and you're like, yeah, we're gonna spray it into there.
I don't know, man. I just like again, I smoke more fucking meth about it.
Look, man, what I was saying, when I was 14-year-old me, or maybe even young adult me, I mean, whippets was a thing, right? Literally in the bathroom. Oh, fuck yes!
We all
coming out
pretend,
of the bathroom. Woo!
we all pretended to enjoy the music of Fish here.
Yeah.
Oh, holy fucking shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in a shout out to one of our current featured beers, which is by Sierra Nevada, which is Narwhal Imperial Stout. So everybody make sure you go out, pick up some Narwhal. And Matt, you got something as well. What you drinking over there, brother?
So I went by my local liquor store and picked up this it's by Heavy Seas Beer. I mean, everyone knows who Heavy Seas are. If you don't,
Of course.
fuck off.
You know what? Big loose cannon guy.
Right. Loose cannon. So this one is called Impending Doom.
That's
Ooh.
what that was before he sprayed that shit in his dick.
It was
It was
impending doom. Like
impending
you
doom.
knew it was going to lead to some dooming, catastrophic events.
Yeah.
Did it anyway. So it's really good. It's a double IPA. It's 9.5 alcohol volume. So I've already drank maybe 2 or 3 of these, and I'm feeling pretty good.
And then, of course, our
They
featured-
said that this is pretty much a new line. They're going to start making more of things like this.
really.
I'm probably gonna honestly, I'm probably gonna pick some of those up. Like
These are
already
pretty
fucking-
good, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what, Frank, dare I say it? The double cannon may have run the course in my life, but another fucking Heavy Seas that is
yeah.
high volume. I'm
yeah.
definitely, I'm always there to give it a try. I do.
Yeah.
I mean,
would.
if you're from Baltimore and you like to get drunk,
Oh yeah. And Matt, we gotta get together and swap some stuff because the Narwhal, that's actually a limited edition. So
yeah.
I gotta get some of those over to you. Maybe I can pick some of that up. And of
Sure,
course,
man.
our secret shot right now still is Jack Daniel's Winter Jack Cider. So for anybody who likes apple cider, make sure you go out and pick up some Jack Daniel's Winter Jack Cider. So this is definitely a breath of fresh air after what was it? That fucking gin that we were fucking drinking. Like,
Oh,
holy
yeah.
shit. Like that Polo Club gin that tasted just like
It
probably
literally was like Ralph Lauren polo.
Yeah.
Like,
oh,
it's fucking aftershave, and nobody would know
Mm.
the difference. That shit was that hardcore.
oh,
I'm a
good
big gin
lord.
drinker anyway, but
Terrible.
that shit was that was straight up aftershave. I'm pretty convinced they just put
Mm.
in a bottle. It was like, here you go.
Oh, actually, you know what? Probably the most exciting liquor-based news I've seen today is apparently, I don't know if you guys have heard this, but apparently they are going to, in February this year, start selling hard seltzers that are Baja Blast flavored.
Really?
Yeah, I shit you not. They're making hard Baja Blast.
I mean, might
Here,
have,
I
actually have
do-
to pick it up. I don't know. Yeah.
I do fuck with the Taco Bell very hard as
I was
someone
about
who
to say that. Like Taco Bell, I mean that
I do. I fucking
that's
love Baja
literally the
Blast.
only
It's-
option. Like, I don't even know why they asked for what's
Yeah,
your-
yeah. Well, what would you like to
Baja
drink? It's
Blast?
Baja Blast. What do you
Yeah, like
like?
no, give me the Taco Bell soda, please.
right. I want Baja
Like,
Blast.
sir, it's 3 a.m. What the fuck are who? Let's stop pretending, okay?
Yeah, I could see that selling. Hell yeah, I'll get that shit. I'm not a.
Oh yeah, no.
I've
Zero
tried my
calorie
wife's
Baja.
little hard seltzer stuffs, and there is some that are actually not that bad.
There are some that aren't bad. I got really into
Um,
sours during all this.
Right. Yeah.
There
But
for a
Baja
while. I was-
Blast. Yeah. I don't know, man. I might be sold on that one.
There for a while. I was on a Not Your Father's kick. If you guys have ever had to Not Your Father's root beer. And
Oh
then-
yes, I have. I have had that a number of times back. Like as one bar I'd go to, they would have that. Those are good as shit. But the only issue I ever had with it is like it's like $6 if you get one at a bar.
Yeah, yeah. And we
Yeah.
have some comments in the live thread. And of course, this is when we were going through the dick foam stuff. And Blood, and my good buddy Blood, he was like, if it would have worked out, it would have been the cheapest dick enlargement ever, and we would be praising his genius. And then Alexander
this.
Weigel said you're supposed to spray WD-40 in your dick first for easier release of the foam later. Think, people.
Mm.
Yeah. Well,
Also,
And then someone said, Blood said, I'd go hard for Code Red. So if they made a Code Red like that as well, that would be pretty good as well.
Code Red's back in the day. That's like
yeah, that is like
your old me would love that. Code Red.
we gotta play some Halo 2, boys.
Oh hell yeah, Code Red.
Code Red. And what's the one that they have now? It's white.
Halo Infinite. Oh, wait, I don't know the one. I do not know but like my Mountain Dew knowledge is not as far.
I just know Baja Blast.
One
and-
second.
Yeah,
One
like
second.
I love the Baja Blast because I go to fucking Taco Bell when I do go get fast food.
Hold on. Not to, because I know we had a lot of comments, but Halo 3, I had got
shit.
Oh wow.
I have had this box since Halo 3 was even launched.
Oh wow.
If it's worth any money, but
I didn't know Mountain Dew did cans like that. Like
even
I know
if it was, I am not selling this. Yeah,
dude, I never even knew Mountain Dew did fucking cans like normally you know.
this is Master Chief on the front.
Oh man.
You know, I've had this for fucking so long. It's probably, even if I wanted to drink it, it is hell, I'm sure.
Oh no, you should be like, if you want to buy this, you must drink it in front of me.
Yeah. Well, I had a.
You
I
may
had
I
have
want
the
you to
bottle,
shove this
sir.
up your pee hole.
yeah.
Ah, jeez, and they're like, good lord.
Yeah. This is like one of my only treasures that I have.
No, that shit. Good lord, that is 14-year-old Mountain Dew.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Actually, shit, older than that. Fuck, what am I talking about? That's like,
What we're gonna do is we're gonna get into our Ode to Humanity segment, which is our game segment. And what we're gonna do first is, Brian, you're gonna start. We're gonna start off with what do you meme? Have you played What Do You Meme?
what the fuck is that?
So I'm gonna hold up a photo, and
Okay.
you're gonna meme that photo.
Okay.
So looking
this?
at that, yeah.
Oh shit. I'm trying to think of something that's not too. Oh, good lord. Really? So this is this photo of a piglet.
Piglet.
Good lord. Welcome to the forts.
What about you, Matt?
So I'm going to say this is what the hyenas saw when the 10-year-old boy came back after his piss.
I'm gonna say what it looks like when you first spray foam into your dick before you realize how much pain you're in, and then also that you need a pig heart for heart transplant.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That was last week's show, wasn't it? We were talking about the guy that had a transplant with a pig heart.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to get an incoherent. So, Brian, I'm going to hold up a series of cards, which is going to be in drunken lingo. And you need to sound them out and try to figure out what the cards say. And there's a couple of hints on the back. So what do you think that says?
All right. Suing or potty. I'm trying to. Okay, so I'm gonna say suing or party.
Party is the second word, so you're halfway there. One of the hints is an orgy hangout.
Oh, swinger party.
Yeah,
Swinger party. Swinger party.
Yeah.
There you
And
go.
the second hint was a gathering of like-minded people who really enjoy swings.
Okay, that second one. That's
You would have gave
good
it away
answer.
right there.
Yeah. And then what do you think that one says?
What?
Is this
Skip on that.
some fucking pootie tang shit?
Sit down on the running kind.
Sadate, boys. Sadate.
One of the hints is an ignorant motto. And the pursuit of a life lived well. It is fuck bitches, get money.
Oh,
That is
Damn.
ah, man.
Man.
Jesus.
the final
14-year-old me would have figured that out right away.
This one. What do you think that one is?
Oh, morning breath. Morning breath.
Yes, it is morning breath. So the hints were wake up, smell, and when you wake up to
It's
your
here's the
death at your face.
definitely woken up drunk with that one more than once. So that's his fucking life, baby.
It's just life. That is COVID life now too. I literally have
that's
morning breath all day long.
And Brian, have you played Cards Against Humanity?
many a time.
All right, so we do it on the show, but we do it a bit different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read off the face card, and then you're going to randomly answer it. So I'm going to read it off, and then you're going to have an option of 1 through 5. Whatever you choose is going to randomly answer that card. If you don't like it, you get 1 rebuttal after that, if you can choose a better answer from that. So the first one is, during his childhood, Salvador Dali produced hundreds of paintings of blank. So
Okay.
you have options 1 through 5 to randomly answer that. What number do you think feels good to you?
I have to fucking guess it at random.
4. All right, so we're going to go with 4. So during his childhood, Salvador Dali produced hundreds of paintings of boring vaginal sex. Are you satisfied with that, or do you want to choose another card?
Here's the thing. You know what? Interesting enough, I would not be satisfied with that, but I am going to stick with the card.
Okay, all right. So if you would have went towards something else, you had the following options of what you could have chose: flying sex snakes, figuring out how to have sex with a dolphin, the systematic destruction of an entire people and their way of life.
Okay, that's too real.
And usually
too real, bro.
assured destruction. So those would have been the other options. And then
You know what? I'm happy with boring vaginal sex, and that's why I got married. I'm kidding. I never did any of that shit.
And then the next one is, only 2 things in life are certain: death and blank. So 1 through 5.
Uh-oh. Did he mute himself, or you still there?
I'm here.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're there. Okay.
Oh shit, that's for me. Okay, I thought we were switching off.
No.
What? Hold on. Was that for me?
It-
Am I that drunk? No, I'm
It
kidding.
was for Brian, but Matt. if
Oh
you-
shit. Okay. All right. Shit. I didn't realize they were both. I thought we were trading off. That's my bad. That's my fucking bad.
No. It's fine.
All right.
I was
one
like,
more. Okay.
am I supposed to
I
answer?
was like, all right. Shit. Okay. One more. What was the fucking question?
Only 2 things in life are certain: death and blank.
All right. I got to pick one of these without seeing the shit.
Yeah.
Let's go 2.
2. All right, so 2. Only 2 things in life are certain: death and having shotguns for legs. Are you satisfied?
Even though
with
that's all American as, even though that's all American as fuck, I am actually not satisfied with that.
that? All right, so
Shotguns
2
is
is
good.
out. What number would you like?
Give me number 5.
Number 5. All right, so number 5. There's only 2 things in life that are certain: death and my dad's dumb fucking face.
You know what? Even as someone who loves their father, I do think that's a funny answer than shotgun legs. So we're gonna stick with it.
And then
A great relationship, but
some of the other answers were stormtroopers, a shiny rock that proves I love you, and my dead son's baseball glove.
Jesus Christ.
okay. So look, I think this is just the energy this episode was always gonna have, guys. Like I just came in here, you know, it's whatever. This is just a fucking Dead Kids a funny episode.
Brian came into this tonight not knowing that he would gain a lot of knowledge of a man spraying foam into his penis, which
which Jesus Christ, that is quite the origin story.
and of course,
Really, if he gains superpowers from that, I mean, that is quite the origin story.
No, like,
oh my God. And of course, Brian, for everybody listening at home, of course, we talked about a little bit on our pre-show. Would you like to tell everybody about your book, Great Days?
well, shit. You know what? I got the hell. Let's just turn off that background for a second.
Actually, here's what I can do. I can probably just pull it up on here so everybody can see it. Here, I'll just screen share it.
Oh, wait, no. There's a bookshelf behind me, and there's a book right in my fucking hand too. So great days, guys. Now, you know what? Dare I ask it? If we had fun together tonight?
I
Did
did.
you guys laugh?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You think I was a funny motherfucker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then why don't you read my fucking book? You're gonna love it. Okay? Just it's weird, it's dark, it's funny, it's a little bit violent, it's a little bit romantic, it's a little bit about a lot of fucking things. Great days. You can go get it for yourself on Amazon. You know what? You can get it either in print or you can get it on your fucking Kindle. Or if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can just read the fucking thing if you want to on there. Granted, I would prefer you buy an actual book because then I get paid fucking money for it. But here's the thing. Great Days, you're gonna love it. It's a collection of short stories. They're humorous. They are it's a bunch of humorous tales. They're tales about the city that we all love, Baltimore. A number of them, they're very Baltimore centric. A lot of insider. I mean, for fuck's sake, there is a Baja Beach Club joke on the first page of this motherfucker.
Oh, Baja Beach Club.
I shit you not. I shit you not. You know what, Ray? I'm going here to that first boop boop boop. I don't even get down to the end of the first page. I see the words Baja Beach Club.
Dude, I wonder what they ever did with that fucking. You remember that huge fucking dragon they had inside that place? I wonder whatever fucking happened to that.
I
He's
don't
about
know.
to tell you why. In the book, it tells you.
Actually, you know what? Thank you, man. So if you want to know what happened to the Baja Beach Club dragon, go pick up a copy of Great Days on Amazon.
It's a fucking mystery.
Yeah, no, and you know what? It's another mystery. There is a murder mystery in this. There is a tale about superheroes that aren't quite what they seem. It's a bunch of different short stories in different genres. They're funny. They're weird. You know what? It's one of those things. There's like, just from hanging out. I think you're gonna fucking dig it. I think you're gonna fucking dig it.
I'm interested.
Literally, everyone.
How much do we get if we pay extra for you to come to individuals' houses and read the book to us while we?
Oh, like everybody sits like Indian style, kind of like, and so and he just reads the book.
Just reads out
loud.
Well, shit, man. I mean, like, I would quote you an hourly rate, and then let's just think about how leisurely I am feeling the day I am reading to you.
Well, you got to show up in your fucking track pants.
Dude, you know what? Here's the thing. Unless I'm going to my actual job, I will be leaving my house in them. So yeah.
Well,
or unless I'm gonna try and
we can invite former NFL star Vince Painter, who owns a marijuana dispensary, and he can bring Scooby snacks, and then you can read the book to us.
No, here's the thing, man. Little secret. I maybe love marijuana. Gonna just do a little fucking VH1 storytellers for you motherfuckers out there. Maybe I love to get high. Maybe I got high before I came on this show. But look, I smoked my talkie weed though. Again, Great Days. You're gonna love it. Amazon. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna love it. It's a lot of fun. Buy it there, or come to one of the few comedy shows that I'll be doing in the future. You can buy one from me. I'll sign it. It'll look like just a kid signed your fucking book for you.
Make sure you go out, pick up Great Days. Brian, we're going to let you go pretty soon. For everybody watching and listening at home, we will be back this coming Tuesday. And this coming Tuesday, we will be doing one of our vintage episodes for Fully Fermented. We're going to be doing it live for the first time. So also Tommy Simbazo will be joining us live for that, our Fully Fermented episode. It's going to be our vintage footage from when we took a tour of the famous Eastern State Penitentiary. So we're going to be talking a little bit about Eastern State Penitentiary, its history, and then we're going to be rolling footage for you live right here on Facebook Live. And then after that, we will be back on February 5th. And on February 5th, we will be joined by Sophia V from the Vocal Minds podcast. She will be guest co-hosting, and our very special guest will be Isabella Carnestein. And Isabella Carnestein is the owner and operator of Kitty Cat Manor, which all the women inside dress up like kitty cats. So I don't know if it's like a furries type thing or what's going on, but I'm very interested to talk about that and see what's going on with that, and talk to Isabella and how it is for the Chateau/Catgirl Manor, how that came to be. So make sure everybody tune in for that. That's going to be February 4th on Facebook Live. Of course, February 1st, Tuesday night, we will be live for Fully Fermented along with Tommy Simbazo, and we will be just, doing the stuff for Eastern State Penitentiary. And Bryan, once again, man, thank you.
Hey,
coming
thanks
to
for having me. As a cat person, you certainly piqued my interest.
And we love having all you guys on. Of course, Tommy, Eric, Ashley, pretty much almost everybody from the Laugh Finder podcast.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, hey, we always love seeing you guys over there. And no, thanks, man. Have a great fucking time. It's a great way to spend your Friday.
Exactly. All right, man. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We will see you guys next week.